Hi there. I'm going to try and respond to a couple of your videos. I am too lazy to type out responses to all of them. And you'll have to forgive the quality of the sound. If I turn the mic boost off, it sounds fine, but really, really quiet. So it's either loud and distorted or quiet. First thing, I linked an article over there to conditions in a laboratory that have produced replicating RNA similar to the beginnings of DNA and related to abiogenesis research. This is a response to a couple different videos of yours. I'm a little bit confused. You have a couple atheism and religion videos, like you want to discuss the issue, but at the same time you want it discussed in a way where no one's trying to convert you. You also have a couple other places where you talk about the teaching of intelligent design in a science curriculum as though it were science, and that you completely disagree with that. That your stance is that you believe in God because you want to believe in God, and it's really no one else's business. You don't have any proof one way or another. Religion's kind of interesting. It hijacks bits of our brain, our evolution, our social structure that were useful when we were evolving and are less useful now, but it continues to propagate because of a couple of them. And really the human desire to apply reason to things even if there isn't a reason. I'm trying to think of a good example here of this. Okay, here's a good example. Santa Claus. You tell kids about Santa Claus. He's all-knowing. He delivers presents, and he knows if you've been good or bad, and he'll deliver presents accordingly. This is almost a religious belief. One of the first things that kids will do when they start to wise up to this is whenever you see like the mall Santa, or whenever you write a list to Santa. The mall Santa is a good example. They'll go to the mall Santa and they'll say, look, I know that you're not the real Santa Claus, but I also know that you work for the real Santa Claus and that you can get my message through. They justify many Santa Clauses and, oh, well, this guy can't be the real Santa Claus with that little tidbit. Religion does a lot of similar things to keep the faithful faithful. Jesus can only hear your prayers some of the time. Actually, he hears all of your prayers. He just doesn't do anything. But that's a whole different can of worms. We're disposed to notice certain patterns, whether there's a pattern or not. Like, another good one is, I was just thinking about you and the phone rang, and as it turns out it was you on the phone. It's just amazing. I've actually had this one happen to someone near me. They say it's a sign from God. Well, no, the truth of the matter is, how many times has it been that you've just been sitting there thinking of someone and the phone has not rang, and you have not suddenly been in contact with that person? It's got to be 100 or 1,000 to 1. It's just you happen to remember that one where the amazing coincidence happens. It's the same way of the miracle of the policeman who got shot at point blank with some sort of handgun, and the bullet hit his flashlight, and the bullet stopped, and the police officer was fine, and he arrested the bad guy, and it was a happy ending. Well, it's an amazing coincidence. But for every one of those, there's also a tragic, this gentleman was just cleaning his gun and it went off. It's the way we're programmed to interact with the world. That gets into a whole nother can of worms. You get into psychology and evolution, and it's just amazingly complex that we are how we are. I was trying to think. I know that I had another point that I wanted to make about one of your videos. Let's take a look here real quick. This is not going to be one of my finely thought out videos. Oh yes, the reasons for being passionate about an anti-theist view. Your views on God are believing because you want to believe, and having everything separated, no teaching of intelligent design in schools, since it's not a theory. At the same time, you have to examine why you believe what you believe. Just saying, I believe in God because I want to believe in God, didn't cut it for me. When I started further examining, I said, well, why is it that I want to believe in God? And it led me to psychology and learning about people and the condition, and sort of coming to terms with how we view the world. One of the reasons I'm passionate about sort of atheism or anti-theism is simply because people want to teach intelligent design, even though it has absolutely no scientific backing. Because people want to stop stem cell research, even though you're really not even dealing with human beings at the point that you end up with stem cells. Stem cell research, as what's been proposed to me, the harvesting would have been leftovers from fertility clinics. The farthest it would go is to a group of about, I want to say 100 cells. Don't quote me on that. It's being stunted because Catholics believe that the soul, something that we have no proof of and no evidence of, is created on conception. So when you marry a sperm and egg, even though the stem cells will be harvested very shortly after, and you get about 100 cells from the reaction, they believe that you're, in essence, killing a soul. Beliefs like that have no foundation are slowing scientific progress. Now, by no means am I saying don't question it. I'm saying the complete opposite. Question everything. If you want to question the ethics of stem cell research, question the ethics of stem cell research. If you want to question means, question means. But don't question it based off something you have no proof of and no evidence for. A lot of faith decisions are just that way. No proof, no evidence, but my faith is strong and I want this right now. It defies reason, and it makes rational decisions harder. It sounds cold to say, but the truth is, as Richard Dawkins said, yeah, we're the lucky ones. We have this wonderful gift of life, and everything that we see, our knowledge and our higher brain, our quality of life, we have something that nothing else that we've come across has, even if the chances of it happening are infinitely small. I'm looking down and I'm almost out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off, not concluding my last statement. So think about it. Peace.